What's up, everybody? Today is June 1st, 2018, and you're listening to the Bulletin Board Material Podcast. First things first, I want to wish my beautiful wife a very happy 21st birthday. Once again, I am your host, Ray El Barbon. Thanks for listening here. If you want to follow me, go ahead and listen. You can go ahead and log on to my page, thebulletinboardmaterial.com, thebulletinboardmaterial.com. You can follow all my platforms on there. We got a good show for you today. We get into Game 1 of the NBA Finals, which was bananas last night. We're going to talk a little bit about JR's brain fart, Tristan's stupidity, LBJ's dominance last night, and then Jordan Clarkson. What the hell is going on with that guy? Next up. Let's lead everything off today with the Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Man, that was a crazy game last night. I mean, just kind of refreshing everything. I got, just so everybody knows, I got Golden State winning in 7. I think LeBron is going to give them everything he's got, but I think he's going to come up short. I said that I think he took too much of a beating against the Celtics. I mean, going 7 games against the Celtics, and now he's sitting there getting, beaten up against the Warriors. I mean, 51 points in a L? Man, that's a tough one, man. And I'm usually pretty critical of LeBron, but that dude did everything he could last night. This series, honestly, is going to take all of LeBron's strength. All of it. And I said, the only way for me to swing my vote from LeBron being the GOAT, or not being the GOAT to the GOAT, is if he actually pulls this out and beats the Golden State Warriors. To me, if he can do that, I'm all on board with LeBron being the GOAT. All on board. Like, no argument from here on out. And I know a lot of my friends think that's hard for me to say, but no, I'm willing to fulfill that. Yeah, man. I don't think LeBron can outlast Golden State. I just don't think. I think Golden State's just got too much firepower for them. Right now, it's pretty much LeBron. I mean, if he can get some contributors on his team, great. But the thing is, it's been a whole season or half a season for some of these guys, and they just haven't been able to consistently produce. I mean, it's one thing for them to not produce, and it's another thing for them to actually become obstacles, kind of like a la J.R. Smith, a la Tristan Thompson. I mean, that's just tough, man. For those of you guys that didn't see, LeBron was actually the 6th player with over 50 points in an NBA Finals appearance. But he's the first one to actually lose out of everybody that scored 50 points. But I think LeBron, if LeBron's going to give it his all for sure, but I think LeBron, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of this series, LeBron becomes the 2nd player to ever be voted MVP while losing an NBA Finals. So he's going to be up there with Jerry West. I firmly believe that right now. And the only reason I think that is just because, LeBron kind of went through a progression through his career, man. And I've never been I've never been a huge fan. I mean, I've always respected the talent and everything. I haven't been a huge fan of his just because, he came into the league and, everything was kind of just given to him on a silver platter, and, rightfully so. But, I'm used to, guys having to earn stuff, and LeBron, to me, early on was way more magic than MJ, was way more magic than even Kobe, Over the years, LeBron's he's developed that selfishness, which is what he needed to become the player he is right now. I've been saying it from day one. LeBron can take it to the hole every single possession if he wants. Seriously. If he wanted to, he could drive to the bucket every single time. If he really wanted to, he could put up 100 points on the Warriors in an NBA Finals game. If he wanted to. But that's kind of the dilemma with LeBron. LeBron's game, that's not LeBron's game. That's Kobe's game. That's Michael Jordan's game. I mean, the selfishness was always a part of their game from the beginning. LeBron's kind of had to learn that throughout the years, and now that he has, I think he's at the pinnacle. He's prime LeBron right now. This is prime LeBron. I've never seen this guy play the way he's playing right now, like just with an intensity, with no regard for. I mean, just look at the surliness in the press conferences. I mean, even that he didn't have back in the days. Like now he's got that. He's entering that last phase of his career where he just has carte blanche, and he could just say what he wants for the most part. But yeah, man, all of it was earned for sure. But I think he's gonna get the Finals MVP, and I think he's gonna be the 2nd player ever to do it, right next to Jerry West. With that being said, let's move into my next topic, Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson, my friend, what is up with you? I I don't know what's going on with this guy, man. I mean, for those of you who haven't had really a chance to follow these guys in the playoffs, dude, Jordan Clarkson's been terrible. He's been terrible. Like, just really, really bad, man. I mean, just real quick, he's averaging 4.9 points per game. He's shooting 30% from the field, 23% from three. And that's terrible. I mean, this is from a guy who's supposed to be instant offense off the bench, man. And he was doing great for the last few years with the Lakers. He was creating his own shot. And he can still create his own shot, but he just looks real tentative. He looks real insecure. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the whole. I keep hearing that maybe it's just the fact that the offense is so LeBron dominant, perhaps. But I mean, I don't think that the drop off should be that much. You know, it's just a little bit. It's a little bit odd for him to see. You know, this is a guy who was averaging about what 15 points a game, roughly 16 points a game, roughly with the Lakers, and just coming off the bench and just doing what he did, and now he just looks like he's just forgotten how to play basketball. But yeah, man, it's tough as a Laker fan to see this guy struggling right now because, I mean, it literally went from day to night. You know, you know what he actually reminds me of? He reminds me of Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones with the Lakers was one of my all-time. He is one of my all-time favorite Lakers. But Eddie Jones would disappear in the playoffs. I mean, he just went MIA. Dude just became ghost. Every single playoffs, Eddie just and it killed me. It killed me. But I feel like he's kind of doing a little bit of that right now. I think JC's just a little too tentative right now. Hopefully he can shake it off. See Lance is doing a little better. But you know, funny thing I just heard was that I guess when the Cavs made that deal for Nance and for Jordan Clarkson, I guess they weren't, from the story that I read, it seems like they really weren't interested in Clarkson. He was kind of just more of a throw-in. But they were really after Nance. But, you know, props to Rob Pelinka and Magic Johnson for flipping that into a first-rounder, you know, because right now, I mean, they're looking like geniuses. But, yeah, man, Jordan Clarkson, man, hopefully he can get everything correct and, you know, just bring it the rest of the series, man, because honestly, I'm not one of those guys that was saying, I don't want to see the Warriors and the Cavs again. I was kind of looking forward to it, man, and Game 1 did not disappoint. Game 1 was bananas. It was so nuts. You know, just as far as like the Warriors came out real stale in the beginning, Cavs were just the aggressors at that point, and then at the end, before the half, they just kind of came on that late surge, and then Steph Curry pulls up from 40 feet away to tie it up with a three right at the buzzer, and I mean that set the tone for the rest of the game. You know, obviously the Warriors are really, really, really well coached, and they're one of the better third quarter teams, so they came out shooting. But at the end, man, it got down and dirty, and I like the fact that the refs let them play. This reminded me a little bit of the old school basketball, a little bit. I'm not gonna say exactly like it, but this is definitely not like Miami Heat Knicks series back with Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway and Latrell Sprewell and all those cats. Because those might as well just been some UFC fights at that point. But I like the fact that they were letting them play. I like the fact that they were kind of letting things go. I did think in the beginning, a lot of people were saying, that the refs were, you know, they were giving the Warriors a lot of the calls. Maybe, but you know, in the beginning of the game, I did notice that LeBron was getting a lot more calls than the Warriors did. I mean, you had LeBron sitting there, just like elbowing dudes, going through the lane, sitting there. I'm not sitting there, but driving down the lane and shoving dudes' hands off. And I mean, last I checked, those are fouls, man. You know, but you know, to each his own, man. You're gonna get some calls. You're not always gonna get every call, for sure, but. It was a good game overall, man. It was a good game overall. I was definitely pleased, and then the little, I don't want to say fight, but the little mix up at the end right there, or the little mix up with Draymond and Tristan Thompson at the end was pretty funny. The trash talking between LeBron and Curry and Clay was pretty cool too. That was pretty funny. But yeah, man, let's get into the bread and butter, what everybody's been talking about right now. Mr. J.R. Smith. Mr. J.R. Smith, what the hell is going on with you, bro? Like, I mean, I know you're known for things like this, but you are the man who walked off the court while you were still in the game, and your man ended up scoring. I mean, you are the guy who threw soup at somebody, right? In a restaurant. Man, it's J.R. Smith, man. What more can you say? I mean, if people didn't get a chance to check out Bleacher Report's little video they did before the series started, where they were saying that this is the finals that we've all been waiting for. Pretty much J.R. Smith versus Nick Young, and then they just did a little mix of like their, I guess you'd say, low lights of their careers and whatnot. But it was pretty funny. But it didn't surprise me when JR did that. I mean, it surprised me that. No, it didn't surprise me, man. It really didn't surprise me. If you weren't on Twitter last night, dude, Twitter was ripping JR a new one. I mean, they're still ripping him a new one. It was so funny. But you know who's really, really happy that JR is taking all of this, right? That's George Hill. George Hill right now is loving life. It's loving life because J.R. Smith took all the pressure off of him. All the pressure off of him. George Hill should have just sank that second free throw. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, but he should have sanked that free throw, man. He's an 80% shooter. Makes one of two. The blame is to go around everywhere, but it's just the fact that J.R. Smith's bonehead mistake was at the most critical time and at the worst possible time for him to actually to have that happen to him, man. But he's been getting torched on Twitter, and deservedly so. If you guys didn't happen to watch that press conference yesterday, Tyronn Lue came out and said that JR forgot how much time was on the clock. He forgot. He didn't know that they were tied. He thought they were ahead. That's what Tyronn Lue came out and said, amongst all his other complaints and crying about the refs and whatnot. But he literally came out and said that. Then JR finally, he goes ahead and has his little presser, and he goes ahead and says that he knew that the game was tied and that he was walking off the court. Pretty much just a bunch of BS is what it sounded like to me. But regardless of the play, man, I think it just sucks that LeBron sat there and, you can't fault the guy. The guy gave his absolute all in that game. 51 points. 8-8 after that. And for him to just literally have this game taken away by his teammates. By George Hill. By J.R. Smith. And even by Tristan Thompson, man. They haven't said yet if Tristan Thompson will be suspended, but I hope not. I hope not. They did come out and they said that Kevin Love will not be suspended for walking on the court, and they said that a couple different things as far as the charge calls and all that stuff. But it was a tough game, man. It was a tough game to beat LeBron James. It was a tough game to be a Cavs fan. It was tough all around, man. I enjoyed the game. I don't really have a dog in the fight. I don't really care whether LeBron wins. I don't really care whether the Warriors win. I just wanted to see a good competitive series. And I'm getting it, and I think everybody else is getting it too, right? I don't think anybody can really complain about Game 1. I'm really looking forward to Game 2, which is on Sunday, I believe at 6 p.m. Man, it's such a good game, And Tristan Thompson, what is going on with you, man? What was that shot at the end? You gave George Hill that little, not George Hill, you gave Sean Livingston that little semi-elbow at the end. I'm not sure if he thought that, that it was kind of a cheap shot for Sean to take that last jump shot, but the shot clock was gonna expire anyway, so they had to take a shot regardless, just to end the game. So I don't know if he had a brain fart as well, but it was a weird thing. He definitely didn't need to get kicked out for that, but he straight took the bait, man. Draymond Green is the king of trolling in the NBA, the king of on-court trolling, and he straight baited Tristan Thompson into that, he straight baited him into that shove / punch / whatever you want to call it. But yeah, man, Tristan Thompson knows better, man. Tristan Thompson knows what Draymond's about. Everybody knows what Draymond's about. His job is to get under your skin, to play hard, to play D, to give you the cheap shots, to irritate you. He is an irritant. He shouldn't have retaliated, man. He shouldn't have, and I know it's easier said than done once again, but he shouldn't have. And then as far as him getting thrown out originally, I think if anything, they probably give him a game suspension, but I hope they don't. I really hope the NBA does not. it's going to throw a damper on the series, man. I mean, if everybody remembers when the Cavs beat the Warriors, Draymond went down. Draymond was suspended for one game in that series, right? And that changed the game. I mean, that changed the series. That definitely impacted the series. I want these two teams to go at it. It's bad enough Iggy's already out. Hopefully he returns, but I'd like to see both these teams, at their full capacity. I just want to see it, man. I just want to see it. I just hope the NBA keeps their nose out of this. These are grown-ass men. These guys are 7 feet tall, 250 pounds of muscle for the most part, and you're telling me that shove with the ball was enough to warrant a suspension? Nah, man, nah. These guys are getting paid millions, Just let them play. Just let them play. I mean, I hope the NBA just kind of takes a different approach this time. It looks like they are with the whole Kevin Love not being suspended thing, but, we'll see. We'll see. No news is good news, right? So we haven't heard much about that yet. So hopefully, Draymond's still in, Tristan's still in, and these guys can just get back to this war, man, in Game 2, I'm sorry. Yeah, man, back to the Twitter thing, dude. Twitter was roasting these guys, man. Twitter was roasting Tristan. They were roasting JR. I think I posted something about, LeBron must have been thinking to himself, man, I am trading these dudes ASAP. ASAP. As soon as he walked off that court, he's like, oh, man, you guys are gone. You guys are gone. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out some of the stuff on Twitter, I've posted some of the stuff on my Instagram. You can go on my Twitter. Honestly, the easiest way is just to go on the website, go to BulletinBoardMaterial.com and follow the links from there. It's a little easier. But yeah, man, I would not be surprised if Tristan's gone. I wouldn't be surprised if JR is gone, specifically JR. Maybe not Tristan, but JR for sure is gone this offseason. Easy. Let's move into the charge call. The charge call against LeBron James. So for those that didn't see it, it's a critical piece of the game. Towards the end of the game, KD's driving down the lane, and LeBron comes in, slides in, and takes a charge. Initially, it was called the charge, right? And then it got overturned. The refs decided to review it. They overturned it, and everybody went bananas because they did. And now everybody's sitting there roasting, the refs now because, the Warriors get all their calls and all that. But it was a judgment call, man. I saw it, and I initially thought, and not even initially, I thought it was a charge. I thought it was a blocking foul. I thought it was a blocking foul for sure. It was definitely a blocking foul. LeBron was still sitting there sliding that right foot over it. You have to be set. You have to be set in order for that to be a charge. And he wasn't. And to top it off, man, just separate note, I can't stand these charging calls. I can't stand these charging calls where they give these guys the call when they obviously go in there to slide in front of this player. If the NBA is all about player safety and all that stuff, how do you let these guys go and throw their bodies out in front of a guy who's about to go airborne or is airborne or whatever the case is? How do you justify that? I mean, the initial rule was set in place to deter guys from barreling guys over that are just already set, already have their position. And that somehow turned into now it's, hey, man, it's a technique now. It's a skill you pick up. But yeah, man, this charging thing is a problem for the game, man. We have one of the greatest at doing it, D-Fish, and he's probably one of the reasons why it's as bad as it is now. But I feel like the NBA, and not just the NBA, but a lot of sports leagues, they overanalyze this stuff, man, and they just kind of overreact to NBA fans and fans in general when they start crying about certain things that happen in games and whatnot. Just let them play, man. Let them play. Let the guys play. Let them be the reasons that these games get determined. Don't let them be determined on some stupid call. Last night was determined strictly on JR, man. Say what you want. Say, that the refs were giving them all the calls and whatnot, but point blank, George Hill hits that free throw. They're up 1. They win that game, most likely. Most likely. They're at least in a position to win the game, right? Number 2, J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith rebounded that ball within 5 feet of the rim and dribbled it out past the three-point line. That was easily a putback for J.R. Smith. No, not a straight putback. Okay, pump fake and a putback. I mean, I believe 8 times out of 10, JR is he's gonna make that, right? If he can remember what the score is, at least. I mean, honestly, they had their opportunities to win. You can't sit there and say that this was the refs. You can't sit there and say that this all came down to that charging call. You can't say that. You can't say that. There was just too many opportunities for the Cavs to still pull that game out, and they didn't. They didn't. They didn't. And that's honestly, that's flat out the point. That's the point that I'm making right now. It was a judgment call. You know, you heard the analyst on during the game saying that they thought it was one thing, and then the professional retired ref that they have on there was sitting there. I forget his name, but he was sitting there saying that he thought it was a charge, and then they came out and said it was a blocking foul. So that just shows you right there that, you know, so many different people thought it was different things, and it was really a judgment call, man. It was really a judgment call. You know, it went down. It was a bang bang thing. Everybody can say what they want, but fact of the matter is LeBron was still moving that right foot. He is not set. He is not set. Set means both feet are planted, not still moving. He literally dove in front of KD to take the charge. That alone, to me, I can't give him that call. I mean, honestly, he could have hurt KD. He could have hurt KD. I mean, LeBron's a brick wall, dude, and KD is what? Easily a 75 pounds soaking wet. But he shouldn't have done that, man. He shouldn't have dove out in front of him to begin with. And I wouldn't have given him the call for that. I mean, if he was there and he challenged him or something, dude, this is a game of basketball. It's supposed to be competition. Somebody should be trying to block that shot. Somebody. Anybody. Not, oh, let me throw my body in front of this guy to get the call. Man, that's what the game has become, man. And until we kind of like backtrack off of that, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and more sensitive and more sensitive. And I'm not saying these guys got to draw blood, but let the guys play a little bit, just somewhat. And I was really, really glad that they did last night. Really glad, man. It was a great game. Great, great, great game. I'm going to actually do a raffle this week. It's a real simple raffle. If you already haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel and my website, BulletinBoardMaterial.com, it's pretty simple. Go ahead and add my YouTube channel and subscribe to my website, BulletinBoardMaterial.com. I'm going to go ahead and draw the winner next Friday. I think June 8th, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but next Friday. Next Friday. Obviously, today is June 1st, so next Friday, I'll go ahead and announce the winner. The prize, you might ask. So the prize is actually going to be a Beardscape product. What is Beardscape, you might ask? Beardscape, they're organic beard products that I actually use. I love them. I rave about them all the time. It makes a big difference, guys. It makes a huge difference with your beard. Get a good brush, get a good comb, depending on your length. If you have a longer beard, you want to get a comb. I use a comb on my beard. But this brush, if you have a shorter beard, is great. So yeah, it's a boar bristle brush. Comes in this nice little package. If you haven't checked out their website, you should. It's beardscape.com, beardscape.com. There's some good stuff on there. My personal favorite is the eucalyptus scent. So if you get the wax, beard oil, they got all that stuff on there. It's pretty good. But this is the brush pretty much. So, oops, let me turn that around. Here's the brush. It's got a cool little wooden handle, boar bristle. Pretty cool, pretty nice. Real easy to use, feels good. But it'll make a difference with your beard, guys, for sure. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and raffle this off. I believe it's about $12 online or something like that. But yeah, man, so I'm going to go ahead and do that raffle. If you guys want to participate, win a cool little beard brush, hey, man, all I got to do is literally jump on my YouTube channel, subscribe, jump on my website. You can do all of it from my website. Jump on the Bulletin Board Material. Initially, when you come to the welcome page, you'll see a subscribe button, a subscribe page pop up. You subscribe there, then you go to my YouTube link and just go from there. It's real simple, but hopefully you guys enjoy it enough. Enjoy me enough to do that. And yeah, I'm gonna trying to give out a little bit of swag, a little bit of some stuff that we can maybe get some contests and stuff going. Spruce everything up little by little. But yeah, man, that's all I got for today, guys. Can't wait for game 2. Hopefully you guys can either. Yeah, man, let's get back to it. I'll check you guys again. I'll try to put out another little podcast after the game on Sunday. But yeah, once again, don't forget about the raffle. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to my website, thebulletinboardmaterial.com, thebulletinboardmaterial.com. I'll go ahead and put some links and whatnot at the bottom of this so you guys can follow it. But yeah, I'll go ahead and put down the Beardscape page too so you guys can check out some of their products if you want to. Also, for those of you guys that are interested, I do have a little bit of a promo code with the Beardscape stuff. It's El Barbon. E-L, B as in boy, A-R, B as in boy, O-N, El Barbon, the bearded one, for all the non-Spanish speakers. But yeah, man, use that. You get 25% off any of your orders if you use my promo code. It's good stuff, man. Like I said, it's completely organic. It's real good scents. They got some more scents coming out. I completely recommend it. But yeah, once again, guys, thank you for listening. This is the BulletinBoardMaterial.com. If you're talking Lakers, you're talking my language. Yo!
Got no ass. She got no ass.